Hey guys, this is BB and I'm at home chilling. Um, so I just kind of went over a few things today. Um, Everybody has their story. My story was mostly a fear based negative story. And with the previous videos I was talking about was my journey and what led me here. And as you progress, things that you have to clear that comes up. So for me, again, if I was more fear-based and negative within my life, and negative meaning not trusting people, not even trusting myself, to be truthfully honest, because I picked people that I couldn't trust. So you worry about the consequences of your actions. And it's not just with people, it's just your actions, period, because sometimes in the past, my actions led me getting in trouble. So it's a big thing about trust, especially in spirituality. You know, you're going into a realm where a lot of things are unknown, and so you have to learn to trust. A lot of this is in faith, and you don't realize how negative your vibrations were, how fearful your vibrations were, until the day of clearing. You know, you had hints of that because of relationships maybe not being fulfilled, or you yourself not being fulfilled, but they were spaced out because you had work, you had other interactions of social and everything like that. And there were times when you were just happy, but there are also times when you weren't. And so then you forget or not realize the heaviness of your negativity or your fear until things blow up in your face. But then things get better again, right? Well, for me, during this whole time frame, I've been in hermit mode. So there's not, I go out sometimes, but then now with COVID, you don't go out as much either. So you really have to sit within yourself. And then with the meditating and with the chakra healing, chakras hold that energy, and that's what makes them unbalanced. And so to clear them as you're meditating and things of that nature, that stuff comes up along with the vibrations you're getting from the universe, etc. That's naturally purging a lot of that stuff that comes up. So you really get a more condensed version of all the negativity that plays and plays and plays in your head until you are addressing it and clearing it. If you're not realizing it, it's going to take control over you. So again, I really recommend Eckhart Tolle's book on the power of now when it comes to helping you clear out your negativity, or help you at least understand your ego self and how it thinks and how you need to work to clear it. It's your ego self is basically what he said. But today was a particularly hard day for me. And, I'm praying on it. I'm really asking for help and guidance because, at some point you just need to pray for God to help you with your burden. And I found a lot of useful videos today. And after I prayed and, you are the master of your mind. You are the master of your body, you're the master of your temple. And if you're thinking about negative thoughts, then that's what's going to rule in your life. And quite frankly, I don't want that in my life. And so I am choosing to be happy. I'm choosing to be positive. And with all that stuff that's going on in your mind, you are literally having to watch and see all the negativity that you produce within you and how to stop it and to allow it. So then, again, read Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now book, okay? I really recommend this book, and maybe I'll go ahead and start doing videos on that as well so we can have discussion topics. But today, after I was going through a lot of my own emotions, there was this YouTube channel from Yogi Nefertiti that I follow on YouTube, and she had a channeled message stating, "The quality of your spiritual connection determines the level of your spiritual protection." So then that made me question a lot of things, because prior to all this, I was a spiritual person. I believed in treating people well and treating people the way I want to be treated, and I would be out doing everything I can. If someone was sad, hurt, I would do everything I could to help them. But I wasn't spiritual. When I was a child, I loved reading the Bible. There were a lot of questions I had, but there was also that thing that I just wasn't really part of a church. I didn't necessarily follow the church foundation. So I really didn't follow spiritually based practices as much at all. Every now and then I'll do Bible studies. I would learn different spiritual practices like Methodist Church, Baptist. Had an Islam friend, but I never really went into that. And and I did Bible studies with like Jehovah's Witnesses and stuff, and Mormon. So I've sampled here and there with a lot of different religions, but none of them ever really touched true to me. I never really purposely try to remember Bible verses or any of that. So when I became awakened and everything around me was spiritual, once I found YouTube, then I pretty much used that as my source to try to grasp and understand that. And then also you're supposed to be a self-master, so then I'm trying to go within and stuff like that, but I wasn't really getting all the answers I was looking for, so then I would use YouTube to help make sense of everything. I did start reading the Bible again, but when I say read, I mean on Audible book, and listening to the stories. And now that I've been awakened and listening to things, trying to correlate what I used to know or maybe not fully know, and then translate it into what I've been learning. And that is kind of the furthest extent. And then there's so much I do between studying, being a healer, and trying to listen to the YouTube videos. And then all of a sudden today I realized I'm focusing all on the wrong thing. I get angel numbers sometimes talking about personal development, so I start working harder on my healing, because that's my old way of things. I'll focus on the business aspect of it when I think of personal development. And then after today I realized that's not necessarily true. There's so many things I need to do spiritually within myself to build myself up, because I'm in a world of spirituality that I truly need to become strengthened within myself, to really find myself and the Word of God and the connection to God, right? So this is, again, 21 ways to build a stronger spiritual life. So I'm only going to go through one at a time. So this is an introduction series. But this number one right here already hit something with me, which is why I decided to go ahead and do a video, seeing if this rings true to you guys too. So let me get this ready so I could kind of read this out to you. But it says, be a river, not a swamp. The Bible says, rivers of living water will flow from the heart of those who believe in me. John chapter 7, verse 38, margin. Remember, it is the mountain stream that carries fresh, life-giving water because it flows out. However, the swamp is stagnant and life-devouring. A swamp collects and retains water that comes its way. Don't be the kind of person who seeks to accumulate much before allowing a little to flow through. As Christians, we are to let blessings flow through us and onto others. When we hoard and dam the blessings in our lives, we are in danger of becoming spiritually stagnant, emotionally detached, and intellectually cynical. Resolve to break up the dam and let blessings flow like a river. The freshness is in the flow. Okay, so how did this ring true to me? This ring true to me because, like I said, I've been in hermit mode, and as you can see in my other videos, I kept telling you guys that as I'm learning, then I shoot out a video and talk about everything I learned. I'm sharing it, but I'm not sharing it as I go. I'm literally holed up in the house and taking the time to learn, and not share it until I feel confident about it. And then also a little fearful about what would people think or say as I disclose the information. And really, what am I afraid of, to be truthfully honest? Because I could say something very beautiful and nice and poetic, not even anything about spiritual, and someone could still have a negative statement. So it's at this point where somebody, even if it's just one person, may need this knowledge. And so I'm going to share it. So my spiritual lesson today is realizing how bad my negativity and fear-based life was, and the repetitiveness of my ego and the things that come through it. A lot of fearful things, and a lot of negative things, and judgment of people because of trust or something like that. You know, the things that you really did in your life that is magnified during your awakening and clearing. And I am going to share that because it has been hard for me. And I can smile to you all day long and tell you, oh, it's just perfect. Or I can give you a brief caption and tell you how hard it is. But you'll never know how hard it is until you're dealing with who you are and what you've been through and how to heal yourself and clear it. So with this particular statement that I read to you guys is, I definitely have been a swamp in this scenario. I thought I was helping myself by retaining and learning, but I'm really not being of service if I'm not sharing it with you guys. There has been a lot of useful information that has really helped me throughout this process, and I get guided to a lot of things that really help me, whether that's through people, or whether that's through angel numbers, or whether it's through YouTube videos, or a combination of all of them. Also, when meditating, and then upon reflection, the messages you receive to help you get that. Like, for instance, to motivate me to even do this, some of this was just yesterday, actually, or the day before yesterday. You know, I had a prompting in my head about why. What am I afraid of? And then I gave an excuse. And then it repeated, you know, my thought process repeated why. And honestly, if you keep asking yourself after that, and if you really think about why after every single excuse that you have, you'll realize it is an excuse and that nothing's really holding you back. For instance, what's holding me back from starting my business? Or what's holding me back for going outside and trying something new, getting yourself out of a comfort zone? And bottom line is, it's fear. And, you know, whether it's a trust issue, whether it's whatever you can come down to, whoops, sorry, y'all, it's going to be about fear, okay? So how can you make it so that it's not fear? And so this is what I had found out, right? Or this is what I decided. I decided, because I'm trying to clear my chakras, and let me explain that too. And when you look at your chakras, what it is that's blocking it, what is it that you're trying to balance? And if it's your root chakra, your sacral chakra, etc. So I, yes, am needing to clear it. I decided I don't like yoga very much. I do like Tai Chi though. I think everybody should definitely check out Tai Chi. And maybe we could do a video on that. But I decided what real life challenges can I do in order to help me face those fears of the unknown, of trust, of any of the things that I know that I am repeating in my mind over and over and over again and again and again. So you can do your inner work. There's breathing methods as well that I found out that I'll talk to you guys about that can help you breathe through and clear your energy. But also, you need to challenge yourself in life to do that as well. So what's funny is, though, yesterday I set myself out on a mission to go downtown and just see if there's something open that I could try to challenge myself to do. Now, it was the daytime, and I was thinking, well, maybe there'll be a karaoke bar or something, just something I can do, something that would allow me to break out of my fear and do something I truly never did before, and do something in front of people that I've never really did before, and without alcohol. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink anymore. I did smoke weed. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I don't do that anymore. Again, I need to tell you guys my story. But none of that was open. So during COVID, it may not be the best thing to do. But I wasn't able to succeed yesterday during my mission, but I did walk around downtown all by myself, and I have not done that before either. Normally, back in the day, I would do things socially. I would always call someone up and, hey, you want to do this? But I would not do it by myself. So I did do it by myself yesterday, walk around, and I was proud of myself. But it was not the type of challenge I was looking to fulfill. I really wanted to do something else. So trust and believe, I'm going to do that. And maybe even a poetry reading or something like that. I'm going to start really going outside of my comfort zone. And I hope that you guys take that challenge too. And whatever you do, share it. Share your lessons with people. And don't be afraid to use your voice. And it doesn't matter what people say or think, it do. This is your journey, and it's about healing yourself. And it's about the possibility that someone is in the same boat that you are in, and you might be able to help pull them up and out that water. So I hope today helped inspire you guys to do something, anything to face your fears, and also find a way not to be stagnant, that you can flow like a river and prosper in your obtaining your knowledge and returning it by giving it back to other people, so that the water and the river continues to flow, and the source of information that you receive and the healing and the help that you're able to provide continues to move in a constant flow. So you guys have a blessed day in love and light, and take care. Bye-bye.